New Orleans, world-renowned as the birthplace of American music, is devoting the month of October to celebrating iconic New Orleans music legends and all those who work in the music industry.
And here to tell us more this morning, we have Grammy award-winning trombonist Delphio Marsalis of the famed New Orleans music family, and also New Orleans music expert Keith Spera from the Dewdrop Inn, which is one of New Orleans' most historic live music venues, which will reopen this fall as a premier music venue and a boutique hotel. We cannot wait to talk with both of you this morning. But first, before we talk about all the fun that's going to be happening in New Orleans, tell us about the famed Dewdrop Inn and its reopening and its history in New Orleans.
The Dewdrop Inn was founded in the 1940s, and it was featured in the Motorist Green Book. Of course, that was a document that let black folk know when they were traveling down south where it was a good place to go that would be hospitable as far as your restaurants or your hotels. Had other information in there as well. And in the Dewdrop, you'd have the finest in musical talent. It's right here in Uptown New Orleans. Any given night, you might find Irma Thomas singing or Alan Toussaint. My dad, Ellis, of course, played pianist. He had some gigs here. Ray Charles, I believe that Little Richard came up with Tutti Frutti right here. So it was a hotbed of entertainment, and you're right there with the musicians, really close. And it was very important for New Orleans tradition and history.
Definitely there.
The names that have been there. Wow.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, tell us about the third annual event that's coming up September 28th through October 8th. This program we hear actually started as kind of a band-aid during the pandemic, but has blossomed into an annual event with more than 45 venues and hundreds of shows during this time. We want to hear more about it.
Yeah, it literally was band-aid. It was helping out musicians in music clubs coming out of the pandemic. Obviously, the clubs were shuttered. They suffered. Musicians lost a source of income. So the original NOLA by NOLA in that first October was an effort to get folks back out into the music clubs. So the music clubs could have some revenue coming in, musicians could make some money. It was such a success that it's now become an annual event. You know, everyone knows New Orleans is food and music, but this is sort of a reminder that to really experience the music, you have to go see it in the clubs. That's where the rubber hits the road. That's where musicians make their livings. It's vitally important to have a healthy club scene to keep the music alive. So that's what this initiative is all about. It's about promoting the music where it lives, which is in the music clubs of New Orleans.
When Delphio, I think everybody's going to say, well, there's great music in New Orleans every single day. So why proclaim October as Music Month?
Well, you know, every quarter we have something special. Of course, first quarter we have Mardi Gras. Second quarter there is the French Quarter Festival and Jazz Festivals. Third quarter we have Essence Festival and also the Louis Armstrong Tribute Satchmo Festival. So we figured for this last quarter, moving into the new year, we're going to do it just right. We've got 4 festivals. We got the Gumbo Festival, we got the Beignet Festival, the Po' Boy Festival, Barbecue and Blues Festival, and every night, every day, there's musicians playing, the brass bands out there in the streets playing. So we figured October, the weather is great. It's a great time to come down and to get that experience of what New Orleans is all about.
Sounds like it.
Sign us up for all of the above, right?
And for the food, the music. I mean, it sounds wonderful to be there right now. And Keith, you can kind of add on to that about why you feel so passionate about why the music culture of New Orleans is so important.
Look, you know, music has been vital in this city since its founding 300 plus years ago. You had French influences, Spanish influences, African influences all coming together. That confluence of styles led to the creation of jazz music around the turn of the 19th century. That in turn led to rhythm and blues, rock and roll. You know, all those music really had their beginnings here in New Orleans. So music has always been vital to the culture of the city. People that live here experience music on a more daily basis, a more hands-on basis than folks do in a lot of other places, I think. So it's vitally important to the city's identity. And in order for that to continue, we've got to have a healthy live music scene. So that's what NOLA by NOLA is all about, is inviting folks to come down here, both locals and folks from out of town, to come on down and experience the music where it lives in the music clubs.
Well, it has been great to talk to the both of you. I'm sure our viewers now are like, okay, let's make a trip to New Orleans. If they are going to be traveling there this month, is there somewhere they can go to find out more about the music and the music scene that they can check out during their trip?
So you can just go to the web at neworleans.com or NOLA.com and find all the information you need.
Great. Well, Delphio and Keith,
I'm ready for a visit now.
We are ready. Sign us up. We want to come down and visit.
Oh, we love it. I know. That's like the one place on our list that we're like, we got to go to. So hopefully we can make a trip one day, and I bet our viewers will too. It was great to talk with both of you. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you in the clubs.
Sounds
All
good.
right. Hey, and when we